guys? I'm here live at the Star Wars Celebration stage here in Star Wars Celebration Chicago, and we just got out of the Mandalorian panel. And guys, when I tell you that this is something completely different than what we've seen in Star Wars before, I mean it. I mean, we got to see a ton of new footage that no one else has seen outside of this convention center yet. We got to see that new logo right up on the screen behind me. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, and Carl Weathers were all here to promote the show. We got to see so much awesome new footage. We started off with a reel from behind-the-scenes footage. We got to see a little bit more about who Pedro Pascal is. He's this Mandalorian, this lone gunslinger bounty hunter in the outer reaches of the galaxy. And we, of course, have got, he's a character that is pretty mysterious. They haven't even told us his real name yet. Does that mean we know him from the Clone Wars or from the original trilogy? I still don't think he's playing Boba Fett. I think this is a completely new original character. But we never know. We don't know his name yet. We know this now takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. That's officially confirmed by Jon Favreau himself. So now we're super excited to see that. Can't wait to see how this post-Galactic Civil War world looks with these Empire remnants. We saw a lot of the Empire in this footage. We know that Stormtroopers are still around. Death Troopers are still around. We've got Flame Troopers as well, which are a mix between the Shock Troopers and normal Stormtroopers, but with flamethrowers. They've got red marks very similar to the Shock Troopers that we've seen in LEGO and Battlefront and a bunch of other places throughout all sorts of Star Wars content. But now they have flamethrowers, and the red center of their mask is covered in red paint. It looks really awesome. In some of the footage, we learned that Gina Carano's character is an ex-rebel shock trooper, so she's trying to integrate herself back into society. She's having a really hard time doing that. That's kind of her character arc that she's going to have throughout the entire story, is trying to reintegrate herself, but also getting pulled back into that fight. We know that the main sort of central story of Season 1 is that Pedro Pascal's character is going to be on the hunt for a certain asset that Carl Weathers' character has put him on. We met Nick Nolte's character in some footage that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. So we also learned from the footage that they're using miniature models at ILM, just like they used in the original trilogy, which is super exciting. Really excited to see that coming back. The original models, very small miniature models that they're using new camera technology as well. We learned they used the 501st Legion fan group in order to get more Stormtroopers on set. Really excited to see stuff like that as well. Other than that, guys, in the actual footage we saw that Pedro Pascal's Mandalorian character gets a bounty from Carl Weathers' character. Then he goes visits Nick Nolte's character, who seems to be some form of former Imperial officer. He's got Stormtroopers all around him, and they're looking for this 50-year-old man, and we don't know who that character is yet. They're really keeping that close to the chest. I feel like that's going to be a secret throughout the entire season until we find out. It probably is a character we already know, so that's super exciting to see as well. We also see that there's a doctor character who's an Imperial. He wants the character alive, but we don't know if the character is going to actually be alive or if we're going to find them. They probably have some sort of medical need for the character, so we're going to wait and see about that. Other than that, guys, I mean, the footage was phenomenal. It looks like an old Western. This is something that we've never seen in Star Wars before. I'm really excited to see this come to life in The Mandalorian when it launches with Disney Plus in November. Other than that, guys, we're going to do more breakdowns throughout the week. I'm going to talk a little bit more about The Mandalorian in depth on an article later this week on themediabyte.com. But for now, guys, we have all sorts of exciting news from the Mandalorian panel. Let us know if you have any questions or in the comments. We'll be on Twitter and Instagram talking about this all day. I've heard none of the footage has been released online, so we got to see everything exclusive. It's really phenomenal stuff, guys. I can't wait for you guys to see it as well. Stay tuned to the MediaByte all weekend for more updates. We're going to have the Phantom Menace panel tomorrow morning and the Clone Wars panel later this afternoon. Expect some content on both of those. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, turn on post notifications, and make sure to stay tuned to all of our social media, and we'll keep you updated throughout the weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.